Hello, crafty friends. Happy whatever day it is when you're watching this. My name is Jessi. My pronouns are they, them, and she, her, and this is Mislaid Pages where I talk about my crafty stuff. Um, so I don't know how long this particular video is going to be. I know it's been a couple of weeks since I posted like a crafty update, at least a regular Flosstube with crafty updates, but I haven't actually done a ton of crafting. I've done some Bargello, which I will probably share over on Patreon. I've only done just a teensy bit of stitching, and it's so very little stitching. I haven't even put it in Notion yet. I want to say it's probably like 300 stitches or something. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how long it's going to be. We're going to chat. We're going to do the regular stuff, but it might be a short one. Just warning you ahead of time. Also, I'm posting this a couple of days earlier than usual, or at least my schedule lately, because on Saturday I am doing a tipsy stream on Twitch. It's been several minutes since I was on Twitch. But Saturday is my birthday, and I wanted to have a tipsy stream for my birthday. So, I will be over on Twitch. I'll be streaming live with Adam, the husbeast. He will be here. We will both be drinking. I'm sure there will be chaos. Hopefully, it will be fun. There may be poutine boxes to open. I'm hoping to have some prizes for folks to win. Assuming I can stay cognizant enough to pay attention to who's winning what when we're doing giveaways. But if you have ever been to a tipsy stream, you understand how these things go. If you've never been to a tipsy stream, it can get wild, and it's usually really fun. There may be some karaoke, there may be guest stars. We're gonna fly by the seat of our pants and see what happens. My intention is to go live and then we'll see what happens. Planning stresses me out, so I probably won't do a lot of planning. Also, I'm in training all week for work. For Salesforce training, which has been both really interesting and also really boring by turns. But because I'm in training all week, like my brain is fried. Like I am using my brain. I am sitting at the computer all day, every day this week. So planning things, not really a possibility this week. And as per usual, I forgot about my birthday until very nearly the last minute. I've been talking about having a birthday stream with the Knit Night crew and a couple of other close friends, but I haven't actually like announced it anywhere. So because I kept thinking, oh, it's weeks until my birthday, which is what happens every single May. May 1st, I'm like, oh, it's so long until my birthday. And then May 20th, May 15th rolls around and I'm like, oh crap. So anyway, that will be over on Twitch. I'll make sure that the Twitch link is here in the description. If you want to hang out, I'm thinking about starting around 1 p.m. Eastern. So it'll be an early tipsy stream. This is largely because we do stream for quite a long time when these things happen. And I have several friends that are on European time. And so if I start at 5 or 6 p.m. Eastern, it gets to be real late for them. So I know this is going to be early for my West Coast folks and folks who are on that side of the date line, and I apologize for that. But hey, mimosas are a thing. You can certainly join us and have mimosas while we're doing a tipsy stream. Also, I forget who I was talking about with this, but at some point in the future, I want to get together a group brunch stream, like a group brunch tipsy stream. And we'll just hang out and have mimosas and bellinis and other breakfast alcohol and yeah. Someday. I don't know when. But one of these days I would love to plan something like that. So anyway, around 1 p.m.-ish Eastern, join me for my birthday tipsy stream. Generally speaking, these things, I'll have some kind of setup where you donate X amount to my Ko-fi page, Ko-fi, and an alert will pop up, and that will mean that I have to take whatever kind of drink corresponds to that amount. So, yeah. We may be having fundraising for a ductless air condition for this room because, oh my gosh, It's almost June now, so fine, it's getting hot, but like, or it's, I guess it's okay that it's getting hot. I'm not okay that it's getting hot. This room is warm, y'all. Jazz would be perfectly happy because it's almost 76 degrees, and that's like, that's in Jazz's comfort zone, but this is like at least 8 degrees too hot for me. So it's uncomfortable. But I mean, the we have central air in the house. It's just that this particular room used to be the garage way back in the day when the house was first built. So I think that there's some amount of lack of insulation, but also this is the sunny side of the house, and it just gets really warm in here. And I have curtains to help, like these are light reflective, so they are supposed to absorb less heat because they reflect some of the sunlight. I probably need some additional insulation or something in the windows because these are two huge windows behind me, if you weren't aware. Anyway, the point is it's really warm. A ductless AC unit in here would be heaven, because then I could set the temperature in here for what I like it to be, and we wouldn't have to run the AC in the entire house just to make me comfortable. Usually I suffer to some extent because it's just not possible to run the main AC in order to get this room comfortable. Anyway, all that is to say, the funds will go to a good cause. It's going to take me a while to save up that much money. Those things are pricey, but it's something that I've had on my wish list for a while. So, what else? What else? What else? Oh yeah, so I haven't done a ton of crafting, but let's talk about what I have done. So, part of the reason that I haven't been stitching a whole lot is because my stitchy bug just kind of like it flew the coop after I got home from Stitch North. I didn't stitch a ton at Stitch North, but that was not unexpected. When I came home, my original plan or my original thought had been to get right back into Nemarie tapestry. However, for whatever reason, I just can't get the task initiation to get me to start that one. I had this idea that I really wanted to finish Grimm's, or at least get closer to finishing Grimm's. There's only like 6,000 stitches left in it. So I took it out and I've been stitching on it. And I don't know if you can tell the amount of progress. I think last time we chatted about this particular piece, I had done some of the little house and I had started building out this character here. I don't even actually know who that character is. I did a skin tone conversion. I decided to make the person's skin tone a little bit darker than Caucasian. So it's a POC, but I don't know who the character is. I've also filled out like this whole section there. So it's maybe 300 total stitches. I realized the other night when I was chatting with some friends, I think this was on the Lord of the Rings No Hobbit Left Behind Stitchy Zoom. I was realizing that part of the reason that I'm not stitching on it is because the constant starting and stopping with the color changing is really frustrating. And the way I had the flosses set up, this is primarily DMC. It does have some flosses that we no longer name, or that I no longer name, but I'm not changing them out because I already paid the money and they're there, and I've already used it on like half the piece, quarter of the piece. So they're just unnamed flosses. Anyway, so it's mostly DMC. So the way I had the colors, the flosses set up were just on bobbins, and I had I think I've put it away now. I had a floss buddy that I got through Karina or Michelle or both. Karina makes them. Michelle was distributing them in the US for a while. So I had a floss buddy. I stuck the bobbins down in a floss buddy. And that's how I was storing the threads, which meant that anytime I needed a new color, I would have to unwind whatever I had on the bobbin, whether it was a thread that was, or a pair of threads that was ready to go, or whether I had to cut a new length or whatever, and then whatever I didn't use, I had to wind back on the bobbin. Like, it was this whole thing, and ultimately I was doing it for generally like 10 or 15 stitches at a time. It was getting annoying. It was, because it would take me an hour to get like 75 stitches or something, because I'd have to start one thread and stop it, and then, you know, back and forth. It was making me very upset. I did not like it. It's making me not want to stitch. I had the epiphany when I was chatting about it with friends the other day excuse me, that maybe if I stored the flosses in a different way, where I could have each color already loaded up on a needle, and I didn't have the threads on bobbins, maybe then it would be less frustrating, and maybe then I could get some momentum, and maybe then it would be more enjoyable to stitch. So what I did was I got one of those thread sorters. I just got this one off of Amazon. It did not come with this case, but I have it in this case because I'll show you in a second. But I got a thread sorter. You can see I've put the symbols in there along with the thread numbers, so I can tell which thread is which. And the threads wrap around underneath along here, and then there's a little place to stick a needle, so I've got a loaded needle for everything except the 310, because I didn't have a length that was already ready to go for the 310. So when I use it, I will pull out a length and I will do that. So I've got all the colors ready to go. I have it sitting in this container because if I'm not careful, this will very quickly turn into a rat's nest. So I actually went to the trouble of unwinding all 19 colors and putting them together into this box. So, or putting them together into this floss sorter, which, let me tell you, I was not having fun with that. It was annoying. I did not like it, but I got it done. So now hopefully it will be more enjoyable to stitch on this piece, so that I can go ahead and get some more. I can get to a place where my brain is like, okay, that's enough, or I can finish it, or whatever. Because even though I really have not been enjoying stitching it, my brain has not let go of the need to stitch it. Don't ask me to explain. So hopefully I can get enough stitches on it or finish it so that my brain will release me and I can stitch on other things and get on to being a happy stitcher again. So this particular case, this is a Zip It case. You can see Zip It. And I actually have these on the website. So I was able to get a wholesale account, and these are available for purchase. I have this color, which is Galaxy Purple, or Purple Galaxy. And there's like 4 other colors, I think, and also some partly clear pencil cases. So if that's something that you're interested in, I have them up on the website, www.misslaidpages.com. I just got them up there today. I have been using Zip It boxes for a while. They're a really nice travel size, and they're great for like a Stitchy Go kit. And it's actually just about the right size for this particular thread sorter. So this is a 30 thread sorter that I got off of Amazon. If you need the link, I can send it to you, but honestly, just search for thread sorter on Amazon and you'll find it. So that should hopefully keep my threads from getting too tangly. But I have several of these. I have one that holds all of my threads for one of my full coverages, and then I have one that I actually use as like a go kit for for cross stitching. So they're really fun. If you like that sort of thing, I like that sort of thing. So that's all the stitching. Literally all the stitching I've done since I got home from Stitch North. At some point, I think I probably will show you my haul from Stitch North. I got some fantastic threads. One of the vendors that was there was threads hand-dyed by Rolanda. Yes, hand-dyed by Rolanda. Rolanda, who dyes threads and fabrics, and I got some fantastic fabrics and threads from her. I also got like way too many project bags. So at some point I will show those to you. I'm not doing it today because it is too hot for me to drag out a bunch of stuff and try to show it to you. I'm not here for that today, and I apologize, but I'll show it to you at some point. Let's see. The Bargello is not easy to grab, but, and I haven't been knitting on the 2 projects that I was knitting on. You can't see them behind me. They're like back there. But I just picked up in the last day or two my Jimmy Bean's wool blanket pieces from my blanket club from 2023. So I stayed on top of this like all the way through September or October last year. Or is this 2022? How old is this? No, it is 2023. Okay. Y'all, the end of last year was at least 3 years long, right? I mean, oh my gosh, maybe that was just me. It was a rough last couple of months. Anyway, so I stayed on top of this through like September or something. And towards the end of the year, I picked up October to start finishing it. So this color up here at the top is October's color. This particular square is, let's see, these are, I think, July and August. And then this is September's color here. And then October's color. So I finished up this particular square. October only has 3 squares because most of this color is going to be used for edging for the border. So I finished up this square. I had done like 10 or 11 rows. And I only had to do another 8 or 9. So I finished that up. And I've started the second to last square for October. And I've only just barely started on this. So I picked up the stitches. And I'm working, I have to work like 18 more rows on this one. So we've got, I think this is, let's see. So the center is, May is this lighter color and June is this dark one. This is July, I think. Yeah, this is July. So this might be February? No. May, June, July, August? September. It really doesn't matter because ultimately all of these are going to come together as a blanket. That's the whole point. So I don't know. Anyway, this is September. I just started October. So this block and one more block will make October finished. And then I have 2 more colors. I have November and December to stitch blocks for and then put it all together. So part of the reason I picked this up is because this is a super, like this is extra super easy to knit on while you're listening to things like training. And it's incredibly easy to put down when you need to do some hands-on work for training. So yeah, so that's why I picked it up. And now that I'm looking at this, I may have put too many stitches. I'm going to have to adjust slightly on this end, I think, to make it be even. My, you can tell that my gauge is not terribly even. Like my squares, these are anything but perfectly fitting pieces. And part of it is because apparently I bind off too tightly. My bind offs are really tight. So I fixed that a little bit on this piece because that bind off actually looks pretty good with the rest of the piece. But you can see the bind off here was really, really tight. So it's definitely kind of changing the shape of that little rectangle. It'll block out, right? It'll block out. Sure. Regardless, it'll be awesome. It'll be my very first knitted blanket. I've loved this patchwork design. So, I'm excited to get back to work on it. I don't know how long I'll stick with it. I might not stick with it past October's squares. We'll see. Hold on just a second. I'll show you the November and December yarns. Okay, I did not actually mark the skeins as to which month they belong to, but that's okay because the colors have names, and so when I pull up the instructions for those 2 months, I will know which is which. This is probably November, so this is called Saffron, and that is a gorgeous, like, spicy orange red kind of color, like a Georgia clay almost. That's a really rich, nice color. And all of these are Madeline Tosh worsted weight. I believe it's worsted weight. Tosh Vintage, 100% superwash merino. Oh, the cats are fighting. I thought I heard Adam's car or something, and he's not due back for quite a while. Anyway, they are Madeline Tosh Vintage Um, what am I trying to say? I lost my train of thought. Anyway, it's super squishy, super soft yarn. I was gonna switch up this year Luna and Loki. I don't know if you can hear them. Luna is doing her standard thing where Loki is laying somewhere. She wants to lay on top of him, and he is not wanting to be laid on top of, so he is upset. Anyway, it's super soft, squishy yarn. I love knitting with this. And I was going to switch to the, this year, they have a Baracco. I think it's a cotton linen. I have it sitting right back here somewhere. Let me see. So this is, it's Baracco Comfort Blanket yarn. It's 50% nylon and 50% acrylic. So this is a hypoallergenic, very durable, washable yarn. And so I had originally planned on switching to this for the Blanket Club. I don't really care for this year's pattern for the Blanket Club, but I still wanted to get the yarn for it. I figured I'd do something else with it. But when this skein came, I was not thrilled. It's a completely different texture than I wanted. It's nothing at all like the Madeline Tosh. And the color is, I mean, this is a solid color. It's not even tonal. It's just plain solid. And so even though this is, I don't know, 2/3 the price of the Madeline Tosh blanket yarn that they're doing this year, I was like, So I switched up. I only got January in this Baracco. I'm probably going to give this away at some point. It's perfectly fine yarn. I just didn't care for the color. It wasn't the texture that I wanted because I really fell in love with this Madeline Tosh. Let me see. So this is the January color of the Madeline Tosh, the Tosh blanket yarn, compared to this. So they're supposed to be the same color vibe. Obviously not the exact same color, but the same color vibe. Even though this is a pretty solid yellow, there's a certain amount of tonality to it. Like there's some lights and darks here. You can see it's a little bit dark in there. So there is some tonality to this, and I like that a lot. It's also squishy. It's squishy, but it is still, it is 100% merino. Superwash merino, so it's not going to be as like pet friendly. It's not going to be washable, that kind of thing. So that's the trade-off. But the colors are fabulous. So there's this color. So this is January's winter wheat. And then which one is February? This one is February. This is Thyme, like Thyme. And then Well Water, which is really nice. April is Rocinante. I don't know how to pronounce that. And then May is Faded Calico. So as you can see, these are kind of, I think Heike would call these muddy. They're sort of muted colors. What is the word that I want? Vintage kind of. I can't think of words today, but that's okay. So we've got those three colors. They work really nicely together. And then there's the green, and then the yellow to go with it. So those are looking really nice together. So I had originally thought I might look for another patchwork style of pattern for these, but now I'm wondering if I want to do something like Jazz has just finished or is about to finish the Fading Point blanket. I'm probably misremembering that. I apologize. It's but it's like mitered squares. Oh, it's Color Shift. It's Color Shift, Fading point, I think, was a shawl. Color shift might be the... Anyway, the point is that the colors shift across the... across the blanket, and it's like mitered corner squares that build off of each other and go from one set of colors to another set of colors. So that might be a fun thing to do. Or even just like a rainbow order or something or other. So I'm not actually going to do anything with these until I get all 12 colors in my hands, because I don't know if I'll do them in the order, if I'll use them in the order that they arrived, or if I'll do them in a rainbow color order. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Once I have all of them, then I will pick a project. It will probably be a blanket because, oh my gosh, though that would be a fantastic sweater, like a stripy sweater or something. And 12 skeins should be plenty for some kind of tank top, not tank top, some kind of tee or sweater. Like I can imagine it would be more than enough for a sweater. Though I would have to move to a colder climate because Virginia doesn't get cold enough for me to wear a worsted weight sweater in the winter. This winter, I think it dropped below freezing twice. Our winters are getting warmer and warmer, as are our summers. Yay. Anyway, so that's that. Hold on just a second. Let me do something with all of this stuff. I just realized I got sidetracked. I didn't finish showing you the 2023 colors. So, so we have saffron, which is one of November or December, and then the other one is oscuro. I have a feeling that this one is December and that saffron is November. So those are the last two colors for the 2023 Jimmy Beans Wool Club. And then you saw the 2024 Jimmy Beans colors. So definitely a much different color palette. Last year I would have gotten the blue and teal had I known that it existed early enough to be able to get in on that colorway. Because what they do, or what they have done as far as I know, is they offer two different colorways. So last year there was this red and pink sort of colorway. I forget what they called it. But there was the red and pink colorway, and then there was like a blue and teal, or a blue, teal, green, something. Anyway, it was a cooler set, and then there was the warmer set. I have really liked these colors, but I would have liked to get the blue-green stuff. This year they had, I think, romantic and playful, and this is the playful color palette. I think the romantic was closer to pastel. This is more earth tones, like earthy kind of colors, vintage earth tone kind of things. And I think the romantic is probably closer to a pastel-y version of these sort of colorways. So yeah. Anyway, I'm happy with the yarn so far this year. Like I said, once I get all 12 skeins in hand, then I'll figure out what I'm going to do with it. It's still not going to be a, like, put it on my lap while the cats are hanging out with me kind of blanket. But we shall see. We shall see. Anyway, I think that might be it for me today. There may be other things I'm missing. Oh, Pride Month is coming up. I'm hoping to have something special for y'all at some point during Pride. Keeping in mind that for me, Pride runs at least through August, if not September. So just FYI. What I'm saying is that I hope to have some kind of special Pride something available for you in the shop, but it very likely will not be on June 1st, but hopefully sometime before the end of official Pride season, I will have something special for you in the shop, so I'll do my best. Things have been moving even more slowly than usual with the business lately. I just don't have the mental capacity to put the energy, like the mental or physical energy into it that I have had in past years. I have a couple of other side projects going on. They're probably fewer than last year, but even so, it's just, I really enjoy the new job that I'm doing, but it takes up a lot more of my mental energy than my previous position, which is shocking. It's more enjoyable and satisfying for the most part, but it does take up a lot of my mental energy, and I just haven't had a lot to put into other things, which is very frustrating. But it is what it is. So we will see. We will see. So that is that. Remember, Twitch on Saturday around 1 p.m. Eastern. The drinking stream, the tipsy stream will start. I don't know how long it'll go. It will very likely be a long stream. So if you can't make it at 1 o'clock, that's totally fine. We will probably be around for a while. I hope you can come and hang out, but even if you can't, it's totally fine. Yeah, I think that's it. I keep thinking there is something else, and I'm gonna remember it as soon as I stop recording. I guess it'll just go in the next video. So, and also, if you haven't already, make sure you check out Bourbon and Boosters, even if it's just for a quick little view to give them some watch minutes. My husband and his friends are opening Magic the Gathering cards and packs and stuff, and trying bourbons that they've never tried before. And it's a very chill kind of like hanging out with your buddies kind of vibe. So it's been interesting for me to watch them on camera, because there is like this a little bit of like professionalism that's happening that's a little surprising to me. But a lot of it is like when I'm hanging out here at the house and they're all hanging out playing cards, it's kind of like that same vibe. It very much reminds me of all the conversation that I've heard them have when we've all just been hanging out and chilling. So if that's something you're interested in, I'll make sure that the link is down here. You can check them out. Their videos are only like 11 minutes long, so it's super quick. And one of the friends is doing their video editing, and he's like doing a superb job at it. So it's worth a quick check out, even if it's not your thing. But yeah, give them a watch. And yeah, I think that really is it. I can't think of anything else. So Saturday, if you can make it. Otherwise, if you're getting ready to celebrate Pride, buy your Pride merch now, and buy your Pride merch from LGBTQIA folks. Don't buy your Pride merch from big box stores. Don't wait till June. Buy the stuff now. Buy it now. Anyway. Anyway, as I always say, make sure to stay hydrated. I'm doing my best. It is really difficult. Make sure you take all the meds that you need to take. And remember, most importantly, that you are enough. And I'll see you again soon. Bye.